Hey guys, this is a BMR polyurethane differential bushing lockout kit for the 2015 and newer S550 Mustang. BMR says that this kit gives the lowest increase in NVH, or noise, vibration, and harshness, of all of the BMR differential mounting solutions. So you're gonna wanna check this kit out if you're looking for a non-permanent way to help stop some deflection and movement in the differential without adding a lot of NVH. This kit installs over-the-factory bushings, and it's one of the most affordable options when it comes to IRS components. The install isn't too technical, but you do need to make room for these, so you are going to need to loosen up the cradle some, but we'll talk about that in more detail later. The basic description of this kit is that it installs over-the-factory rubber differential bushings and gives them a more solid foundation. The bushings in this kit are made from polyurethane, which is stiffer than rubber, so they reduce the deflection that you get with the soft and flexible factory rubber bushings, and they fill up more of that space between the bolt and the bushing, so they tighten things up a little bit. They're made to help stop the differential from moving, which therefore helps with wheel hop and handling stability. And because this kit retains the use of the factory rubber bushings, it doesn't add a ton of NVH. BMR does say that this kit is the kit that adds the least amount of NVH when it comes to all of their diff mounting solutions. But customers have noticed a little bit of noise with this kit installed on performance pack cars with the 373 rear gears. Of course, you have to expect some level of increased noise with a kit like this, but the determination of too much noise is going to be completely up to you and your personal preferences. With this kit, you'll get 4 bushings, 4 spacers, 8 bolts, 6 washers and lock washers, and 2 nuts. That's enough to allow you to assemble and put the inserts on either side of the stock differential bolt and bushing setup. The aluminum spacers and poly bushings will be assembled with a washer and lock washer for one side and a bolt, and 2 washers and a bolt would be for the other side. As far as price goes, you're looking at spending about $50 for this kit. That makes it one of the most affordable differential mounting kits available. Now, you do have a lot of options when it comes to IRS components for the S550 though. You can go a lot of different ways. You can do a bushing lockout kit like this one, or a cradle bushing lockout kit. You can completely replace your diff bushings with inserts, or you can do IRS subframe supports. You can do a differential lockout kit too. You're just going to need to research and figure out what's the best option for you and your application, and what exactly you're trying to do. A lot of these options will add some noise and create a rough ride quality, but they're also going to help you out a lot on the track or for performance driving, so you'll need to decide exactly what you're looking for. When it comes to the install, you can expect to spend about an hour getting this kit installed. You'll just need some basic hand tools and a way to get the car in the air. You'll lift the car and use a jack to lift the rear diff. You want to support the entire cradle and the diff with a jack. You're going to loosen the 2 rear cradle bolts, but don't totally remove them yet. Remove the 2 front diff bolts. Then you can pull the 2 small bolts on the front cradle support brackets and remove the mounting bolts. Then you'll lower the front of the cradle down until you can get to the front diff bushings. You'll push the aluminum spacers into the centers of the poly bushings. Assemble the 35mm bolt, the larger stainless washer, lock washer, and one of the poly bushings, and install it as an assembly into the front of the front diff bushings. You'll just need to turn the poly bushings until it lines up with a rubber bushing and thread the assembly into the front diff bushing. You'll do this for both of the front bushings. Then you'll need to assemble the 65mm bolt, the gold washer and lock washer, and thread it into the rear of the front diff bushing. You'll then tighten all 4 bolts. Then you can move on to the rear bolts. The 100mm bolt, large stainless washer, lock washer, and a poly bushing can be assembled and threaded into the rear diff bushing, just like you did with the front. Once you have the rears in place, you can tighten them down. Next, you'll lift the cradle back up to the frame and insert the front cradle bolts and cradle supports. Tighten down all of your bolts and you'll be all done. That's going to wrap things up for the BMR polyurethane differential bushing lockout kit for the 2015 and newer S550 Mustang. But you can check it out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.